Alright, what's up the land of Twitch? Just fooling around with XSplit trying to get it working properly. I think today we're going to go and do some really bad MTGO drafting because I haven't drafted in ages, so this should be a lot of fun. Can't properly see my chat, which is fantastic because XSplit doesn't work real well with MTGO because MTGO runs from .exes, which is real frustrating. So I think we're going to go and just do this AETHER REVOLT League, play some games, do some bad drafting. We'll see how we go, because why not? One of 8 players in queue. Well, this should make for some interesting streaming, shouldn't it? Let's have a look. Welcome to the chat room. Well, thanks. I'm already here, Twitch. Alright. Well, the chat should be up. Should be. But I won't know yet, because the Twitch mobile app is real clunky. I haven't done much drafting recently, actually. I don't think I've done any AETHER REVOLT drafting since the pre-release, which I know is real strange because usually I'm out at stores and stuff drafting, but between myself, Board Games and Brewskis, doing Command of the Gathering, cracking product, doing the YouTubes, everything, I just haven't had time. Which is really interesting, because I know that the set is actually pretty good. I actually really like it a lot. So we will see how we go when we get there. 3 of 8, okay. So as you may or may not be aware, because of my sight, I am a little bit blind, and if I duck off camera to kind of get close to the screen to look at something, you know why that's going on. Because the blindness is fun. 4 of 8, we're getting close. The only thing that I don't like about the new drafting system, it just feels like it takes forever. Or maybe I should have just waited and come in when it was at like 7 of 8 or something like that. But I don't know. Just BitGo have pretty much just changed all of their drafting stuff to leagues, have they? I'm not sure. I've been out of the loop for the last couple of months, doing actual physical in-game stuff with real live people. Speaking of, so a couple of things. The first one is that Chandra Pop Vinyl is still up for grabs. We'll be announcing that at the end of this month on the 25th, Saturday the 25th. So what you need to do is you need to go onto Twitter and do your AETHER REVOLT related pun. It has to be AETHER REVOLT, no other sense, AETHER REVOLT. You have to hashtag CTGWin. Don't even need to tag myself or one of the other hosts or anyone like that. Just do that and we'll be fine to win yourself a Chandra, basically. There is 2 entries so far, so there's a pretty good chance you could win. Urban Neurosis, thank you very much for the auto host. How you doing? I'm sure you're relaxing at home at the moment. Ooh, 5 of 8. Other things coming up, obviously the 25th, we're doing in-store, live in-store Command of the Gathering. So we'll be doing that on Saturday the 25th, starting at 1 PM Daylight Savings Time here in Victoria, Melbourne. Victoria. You know what I'm going with that. Here in Australia, and obviously not Canada. Not Victoria and Canada, because that's a thing that I learned when somebody was asking if I was in Canada. And I was like, I wish, because then I'd have great internet. Most likely. But it would be very cold. Very cold. So that is something to bear in mind. Hey Drebor, nice to see you in the chat, buddy. How you doing? How's your day been? Obviously you finished work for the day. Well, yeah, I'd be guessing because it's 6:43 down here, which means it's 5:43 up there in Queensland, or down there in Queensland. Yeah, fun times. The other thing that we have to remember is that next weekend... Am I getting my dates right? I am, aren't I? Let's have a look. Yeah. So next weekend on the Saturday the 18th, we are playing Burger Up. And I think we might be playing Red Dragon Inn as well, but we're playing Burger Up by Rule and Make, which is a design studio for board games on the Gold Coast. Burger Up's really cool. It looks fantastic and fun, and it's all about burgers, and everyone knows how much I love burgers, so that's going to be great. We're doing that at 1 PM Daylight Savings Time over on twitch.tv/Urban Neurosis. Although, don't worry, Des, because the .com will get you there as well. You've seen that, that's fine. Drinking beer and eating bachelor chow. Drayball, what is bachelor chow? I'm puzzled at this. You eating nachos? Is that what I'm getting from this? Are you eating meat pies? I'd be assuming. And thanks for the follow. Hopefully that showed up on the widget. I don't have a second screen yet because it looks like my HDMI port in the back of this computer might be completely and utterly stuffed. So I don't know when I might be able to have a second monitor at this stage, but we'll figure it out. Leftover spag bowl. Spag bowl. So good. Garlic. All the garlic in my mouth. I assume that you're still piling on garlic like you used to. Back in the old drinky drink days. Duba, thank you so much for the auto host. If you're not following Duba TV, then you need to do that. Twitch.tv/Duba TV. Of course, you should also be following Brad Diyoshi. That's Diyoshi TV. Oh, here we go. Draft has started. I'll make my concerned face. I could probably actually make this a heck of a lot bigger now that I've got a big screen. So I'm going to have to remember how to do that. What do we got? Coffee Unity. Beginning of your end step, if the permanent you control left the battlefield this turn. Yeah, maybe, not really. Consulate Dreadnought is nice and big for the good old 7-Eleven, but at the same time, it's that risk. Rebukes out the wazoos. I think implementations are always good. I think. Draw a card. When it's put into a graveyard from the battlefield, draw a card. Okay, cool. So, Mobile Garrison is fantastic. It's always a good go-to. Improvised stuff is always good as well. I could try and maybe go with some sort of improvised deck. Oh man, I should look this up. It's been way too long. Drawing cards is always good. Improvise. Shock is always... Whoops! Time ran out. Streamer's life. What do we got? That could be fun. Stupid fun. Think we don't want that though. Pacification Array is always good. Caught in the Brights is always really good. Ice Over looks pretty bad. More implements. Crusher. We could take the Crusher. Leave the Dust. So many. I keep hearing that the Bandar is really good, but I think here... Really tempted just to take the Mythic so I can make a broken deck outside of this, but I think here we're just going to take the Ironhead Crusher, to be honest. It's crew 3, it drops on turn 4. Yeah, that's fine. We'll take the vehicle. Again, it's been quite a while since I've actually played with AETHER Revolt cards. We've got another Mobile Garrison there, which is fantastic. I know that Mobile Garrisons are always considered to be like really good. We also have Trophy Mage. I am playing blue, so that's actually really tempting. Or I'm forced into blue at this point. Not really. I mean, I can change, but I haven't played with the Trophy Mage yet, so I might take that. And we'll see how we go. We got Consulate Turret, Crackdown Construct. Whenever you activate an ability of an artifact creature that isn't a mana ability, the construct gets +1/+1 until the end of turn. Sounds alright. Consulate Turret, 2 damage to target player, but it doesn't do creatures. Conviction is always good. Flying can't be beaten. Do we want to just take, maybe try and make some sort of blue-red deck? Like tool. Yeah, let's go with that. Shocks are always good, especially in this. Ah, okay. Draw a card. You get 2 energy. Blue green seems alright. Thanks, Mitchell. It's a bit late now, buddy. There is a delay on between Twitch chat, so yes, I probably should have taken the demolition. Rogue Refiner, maybe? We want to go blue-green instead of blue-red. Damn, it's been that long. Doesn't look so great either. Tap target creature doesn't untap. Reservoir Walker. I like the idea of life, but that's... well, I was going to say that it costs way too much to cast. But now it's in my hand, so... yeah. Improvise. When a non-token artifact is put into a graveyard from the battlefield, create a 1/1 color servo artifact token. Sacrifice an artifact. Gear Smasher deals 2 damage to each opponent. Yes, screw it. Let's just go with something stupid, shall we? Let's go with blue-red weirdness. Baral. Is there anything else better in this pack? Not really. We could grab some artifacts. You gain 2 life when it's put in a graveyard. Draw a card. Target player discards a card. It's pretty weak. Sacrifice an artifact. Don't care. Let's take the Baral. Why not? Let's just make stupid stuff. Survey schematic. Ooh, there's another crusher. No, we'll take the survey schematic. Big improviser or the metallic rebuke. By the way, Mitchell, how you doing? Garrison. Let's take another implement here. I think I like drawing cards, especially when I can sacrifice it to other things and draw cards. I don't. When it enters the battlefield, return target artifact to its owner's hand. Seems really expensive. I don't want to take the tack into custody, but I think we'll just grab it anyway. Might be useful. Probably not, though. Oh, goodness. I guess we will take the consulate turret here and just chuck it on the sideboard. Another take into custody, or a foil Renegade's Getaway. We're going to take the Getaway just so somebody else doesn't get it, but I guess it doesn't matter because I'm pretty sure that I won't be up against the same opponents here because it's a draft league. So far as I'm aware. Hey, thanks for the follow as well, Mitchell. You probably should have said that. Stuff for the sideboard. Well, there's a good reason why I called this, you know, Cheshire drafting badly, and now we know why. Oh, hello, Paradox Engine. As much as I want to take the Wrangle, I'm definitely going to take the Paradox Engine here, which is a really bad thing to do, and I know, but if I'm going to do stupid stuff, I'm going to try and use it to do stupid stuff. It'd be nice if I could try and find a way to improvise off, and combo out. But what would I combo out with? Is there anything in this set of these sets that you can combo out with? Peace Walker Colossus. Crew 4 for a 6/6. That sounds pretty terrible. We could grab an Ornithopter. Foundry Assembler, I think, is pretty good here. I think we'll go with that. I think we'll go on the Improvise Artifacts theme and just do something stupid. Dockhand. I think Improvise was any artifact, right? Just tap the artifact to help pay for the cost. Waiting for a player to pick a card. Well, that's usually me, so that's my fault. Oh, I feel like I'm drafting the worst thing ever. I know I called this drafting bad with the intention of coming in here and screwing up my draft, but I just feel like I'm drafting super bad. Good, you know what? That's fine. That's fine. That's absolutely fine. That's not a problem. For the most part. Yep. Checking out my channel feed because I can't actually do it on my computer. And if you've just joined the chat, the reason being is because of XSplit. XSplit doesn't work well with X's. OBS doesn't work well with X's. So it has to do a screen capture, which means that I have to use my mobile to actually see the chat room, which feels really especially bodgy because I don't have a second monitor. So what you see is what you get. SRAM's expertise, come on. Dispersal Technician, you may turn target artifact. Again, too expensive. 5 mana. Combustion. Ooh, shock. Wrangle. Wrangle. I really want to take that Wrangle. Wrangle or shock or combustion. Combustion only does 1, but it's quite good. There is a lot of 1 health things to kill in this. Let's take the shock. Let's be boring. We're gonna do something right, yeah. Renegade map is fantastic. I think we probably will take that. Ooh, improvised hexproof? Yeah, let's take improvised hexproof. Trophy mage again. What do we got here? Aegis automaton. Metallic rebuke sounds like a great idea because it's improvised. Should we take another one of those? Did we get one before? No, we didn't. Yeah. Alright, cool. I really wanted the trophy mage, but we'll take the rebuke because we are playing a heavy improvised deck. Oh, this is going to be hilarious if I win any matches with this deck, but it doesn't matter. Need more creatures. Need many, many more creatures. Maybe we'll get them. Who knows? How's my sound? Put it out there. See what's going on. Has something stalled out? We're at 0. There we go. Okay, sacrifice an artifact. Random intruder gets +2/+2. Or we can go tampering, destroy target artifact, which is always good. Enter the battlefield, we talked about that before. Combustion, combustion. Yes. My face is creatures, many creatures. Is it because of the beard or the really long hair? Because, yeah. For the first time, I think since I've met you, Kane, for the first time you're seeing me with, like, long hair again. Which is... Oh, wait, hang on. 20 years? 21? I think it's been 21 years. Correct me if I'm wrong. Ooh, okay. Do we want to take a Dark Intimations for fun? Or Augmenting Automaton? Let's take it. Or we could take the Moray. Atsamore? Gives us energy. Goes with the Consulate. Nah. We'll take the Dark Intimations. Why not? We'll splash a little bit of black in there as well. Rebuke or another Combustion. I think I want to take the... Ooh, the Wrangle is tabled again. Damn it. Don't have anything to sacrifice. God, if I wrangle it. Let's take the Implement. Ornithopter here, I'm thinking. Oh, the Destructive. One or the other. I think we'll take Ornithopter again because of Improvise. Just makes things cheaper and easier. Reservoir Walker, we could take another one of those. Except we didn't take the... We didn't, did we? We didn't take the thing that makes everything else. Okay. Shite. Let's take the Automaton to help us set up. We'll just take it because it's an artifact, really. Another Implement of Combustion. I think this time we will take the Figure Crawler, because we can always just dump it later on anyway, and then the rest don't matter. Yeah! This is going to be like the worst deck ever, but improvised fun. Longer than most marriages. Actually, yeah, you're correct. Definitely. Oh, an AETHER Marvel? Oh, yeah, we gotta take that. This is gonna be stupid. There's not really much that we can do with it, is there? I mean, it's just gonna grab random crap. The custom without paying its mana cost. Okay, so what we need to do is we need to find some big, stupid creature to be able to AETHER Marvel in. And Kaladesh is definitely the set to do that. Toolcraft Exemplar, Blister Charger, Courier Vendor. Wow, that's a really, really bad booster for me. Doing the stupid blue-red. I think I almost want to grab the Puzzle Knot, but I think I'm just going to take the Charger, just because it's another artifact. What am I doing? These are not the life choices I should have made. Okay, so we got Dynavolt Tower. That's that's not gonna work. It doesn't really do anything in our deck at all. We got a Metal Spinner's Puzzle Knot to draw cards. We can play Reckless Fireweaver, because every time we play an artifact, yep, every time we play an artifact, our opponent takes 1 point of damage, which is stupid. Oh, this is going to be terrible. I hope you're all enjoying this, because right now I am shocked and dismayed. We could take the Bromac Courier here. Campbell is not going to be any use to us. Flying, when Wizard enters the battlefield, create 2/1/1 colors, stop the tokens, its additional cost, sacrifice an artifact. Made discard a card, draw a card. It's also useful. But I think we're going to take the Courier here. Foil rare is hilarious. Not just because it's a foil rare, because it's quite a shit rare, but mainly just because it's going to be cheap. And we'll be able to use it for our improvise, which I don't know if we really got that much improvisey, did we? And now it worries me even more. But hey, at least we got enough creatures now, right? Right? We still don't have a bomb. Speaking of bombs, there's one. Oh, wow. There's an Aradara Express here. We either take the Express, or we take the Gear Seeker. I think we have to take the Express. I really want the Gear Seeker because I can make it unblockable. Maybe it'll table. We'll see. That Express, though, it's menace. I can't pass that up. It makes it extremely hard to block. Not that hard to kill, really, but yeah. See, this is why I need you down here, Kane, because the reaction that you would have right now to me drafting badly would be absolutely hilarious. Just hilarious. How is the stream consistency holding up? It's probably going to be a little bit choppy, but it should be mostly fine. So let me know in the comments down below. Tutor, boring. Enters the battlefield, draw a card, which is boring, but we might have to take it. 3 for a 2 to draw a card. Yeah. There's nothing else in that pack for us anyway. No dropouts? Fantastic! That's what I like to hear. Can you see the cards alright? Using new streaming software always makes me incredibly nervous because you won't know until the stream's up. Glintness Crane's always good. This is actually a really good pack, especially because of the Pyrohelix, which people just seem to go, it's not that great, but actually, you know what? It's really great. So is the Glintness Crane is also fantastic. Yeah, I think I'm going to take the Pyrohelix. Can see the cards, but print is unreadable. Alright, that's fine. There's not really much I can do about that, unfortunately. Can a target spell unless its controller pays 2? Drake. There's a Wind Drake. Counter or Drake? Counter or Drake? Counter or Drake? Drake. We have no flyers. There's another AETHER Express. That's going straight in. Straight in. What do we get here? We'll take the Puzzle Knot because it's an artifact. Might end up having to play a couple of extra bits and bobs. We haven't got any mana fixing. That's not going to be fun. So we'll probably end up taking a whole heap of stuff out. As long as you can see the cards, most players will know what these cards are. They've had enough experience, I guess. I'm more worried about newer players coming in and they look at the stream and going, I have no idea what's going on, but you know, I can't stream in 4K, so I can't do anything about that. But otherwise, yay! You'll notice that I revamped my entire Twitch page, so it looks a lot more professional now. So now I just need to revamp me, so I'm a lot more professional. Okay, so when the assistant dies, return another target artifact from your graveyard to your hand, or draw a card and take a damage. Draw a card. Filter for cards is always good. Yeah, we'll figure it out. You know, I'd get good internets, except we're not going to get NBN here for who knows how longer. So, I believe another like 2 or 3 years. So I'm stuck on 0.75 up at this point. Or 0.78, I should say. Not real good. Not real good. Vanilla creatures. I hate vanilla creatures. They are useless, but that's fine. Our curve's looking alright. I mean, we didn't. The problem is we didn't get any like real good bomby creatures other than the 2 AETHER Express. Yeah. I don't know. We got some big artifact creatures like the vehicles, so that's fine. Take the red enchantment here anyway. Another goblin, gremlin, whatever it is. Alright, so that's that portion done. Now we need to figure out what the hell we're actually playing. Alright, so let's just go and dump everything out. Sort it by converted mana cost. Okay, so Veteran's Dockhand, tap X artifacts at the top X, put one of them in your hand and the rest at the bottom. It's a creature and it's in. Implement of Combustions. Let's just chuck them all in. Stuff it. Courier, stuff it. The Shocks, absolutely for removal. We will thank you. Service Schematic is a maybe. Mobile Garrison's definitely in. We've got an Implement. Oh boy, what did we even do? Improvised Creature. What I probably should do is just go Improvise. Okay, so Improvise. Don't care about you right now. Improvise to draw cards. Improvise to counter spell. Get rid of that. Rollout map says what? 5 months for MBN for you. Well, I'm gonna tell you I'm bloody jealous because I'm running on crap internet. Okay, so what just happened there? Did we? Oh, okay, yeah, Ornithopter. Sort it by converted mana cost. Okay, so we want the Fireweaver in here because we want to play a whole bunch of artifacts. Put the Puzzle Knot over here. Service Schematic can go in, I guess. We'll put you to the side. You don't matter. Maybe, but probably not. Parahelix does. Nope. Untap all non-land permanents you control. Baral isn't needed at all. I don't believe in this particular deck because we didn't get enough. stuff to support it, which is fine. Trophy Mages in, implement. Terror at the Fairgrounds. Innovator because it draws me a card? Sure. Reservoir Walker because why not? Paradox Engine in this deck probably isn't going to do anything, to be honest, but we might try it. Maybe. When Blistered Charger attacks, it deals 1 damage to target creature or player, 6/6. I think in this case we're just going to go with both the Eldara Express instead. Dark Intimations. That's possible. Wow. I really did draft a piece of crap, didn't I? Deals 2 damage. Sacrifice an artifact. Yeah, you're in. Why not? Windrake is obviously in. Okay, so sort by converter mana cost. We're a bit top heavy. 25, 30. Okay, so 15. We're running too many. Foundry Assembler was good. Each player sacrifices. Well, each opponent sacrifices a creature or planeswalker, then discards a card. You return a creature or planeswalker from your graveyard to your hand, and then draw a card. I think that might stay in the sideboard, to be honest. I really want to play the Paradox Engine just because it's stupid, but it doesn't have any great targets. Is there any really reason to make anything untap? I mean, it's just non-land permanents, which would be great if we wanted to re-improvise stuff, but we're only going to be improvising like once every now and then. Go away. I think we're only running 11 creatures, so Servo Schematic is fine. Fireweaver is fine because we need that in there. We need stuff to draw into it. The Ornithopter isn't going to do anything for us at all, and I don't feel like it's good enough for the Improvise that we're playing. So I'm probably going to switch that for... Needs to be a creature, I think. Maybe a Terror. The Fairgrounds. Because, I mean, the other thing is, do we have enough creatures to turn on our... Ooh, yeah, I didn't think of that. To turn on our vehicles. Is anything big enough? Crew 2 is fine. Crew 4 is going to be an issue. We should be able to do it, but there's always the possibility we won't. I think we'll just play it as is, should we? Always play Terror at the Fairgrounds. Probably get killed really easy. Yeah, okay, we'll do that. This is going to be stupid. I can tell already. Alright. Let's go all in. So, again, if you've just joined me, you're watching Cheshire drafting bad. That's not Breaking Bad, it's drafting bad. And as you may be able to tell if you've just come in and heard me talking about what I just drafted, I basically drafted a really bad improvised deck. Which is fine, because the purpose of this is because I haven't drafted in forever, and it's just going to be a lot of fun for me. I'm not sure at this stage how long I'm going to be live for, but we're going to do it anyway, and we're going to see how we go. Probably lose myself a match or two, but that's fine. I run the roll. Would I like to go first? Yes, I would. Thank you very much. Okay, so we've got 2 mountains, some improvised stuff. I think that we can just... not improvised stuff, some artifacts. I think we can keep it off that. Sounds fine. I love the fact that these implements, you sacrifice them for a red. Yeah, that one there. You can sacrifice them for a red to deal 1 damage. And when it hits the graveyard, draw a card. So, really underrated, really good. Yield until the end of turn, why not? Not like I've got anything to do here. Okay, so from here I think we'll play a servo schematic. Get ourselves a little 1-1 on the board, because why not? Yield! So our opponent's playing red-white. I'm sure that they've got things that are probably really cool, but we'll see. Maybe not. Drop another mountain. Drop the courier. Oh yeah, we did. Oh yeah, we did. Probably actually should have used the island for that, to be honest. That's fine. Here we're just going to attack. I've got to remember what all the shortcut buttons are again. Again, it's been a while. And I believe that they changed them. We'll attack with both. Yeah, feel the wrath of my 1/1s. What does he actually do properly? Whenever Brahman Courier attacks... Oh, you're going to do some damage? Sure. Exile the top card of my library face down. 1 red and discard my hand. Sacrifice them. Yeah, no, that's terrible. We're not going to do that. That's fine. You want to kill him? Kill him. I don't care. Mobile Garrison could have come out this turn to think about. Let's... Implement of Combustion? Sure. Yield! Oh, it deals 1 damage to target player. I thought it was creature or player. So this could actually not be the best. So let's just go and start popping them to draw some cards, shall we? Always yield. Always yield. Yield! Cool. Alright. Improvise hexproof. Let's do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1. I just can't. It's just such a janky card. I didn't think it would actually. But thinking about it, it's really good. It's improvised and hexproof and a 4/4 body. It's really not that bad at all. Holy crap! Why are these still glowing? Is it because they were used for improvise? That's really weird. That's got to be some sort of weird graphical bug. Okay, so next I think is going to be the Mobile Garrison. Yeah. Can't leave. Yeah. We'll see. We'll see. Yep. So they've played a planes, and now we're just waiting for something to happen. Man, maybe I should get Bastion Inventors more often. That just seems really good. Or maybe it's just my brain telling me it's good. It seems alright. Oh, really? You 5/2 monkey? Sure, okay. No, we don't want to do that. I guess we kind of just want to draw some cards here. I'm a bit worried because it's obvious that Terror of the Fairgrounds can very easily kill my Bastion Inventor if I attack. So instead, let's go with Garrison. I don't think I want to try and push the servo token through just in case, because that sounds like a really bad idea. Ah! Well, that's the thing that happened. Whoops. We're all good. We're fine. We're fine. That awkward moment when the streamer knocks his camera over is awkward. Like, true awkward. What do we got? Bazaar Barge? Sure, you can have that. Absolutely. Begin combat. You can begin combat. That's fine with me. Please attack me. Oh, I thought you were going to. Let's implement to our opponent's face. Just so that we can draw the card. Yield. We've got our own. We've got the AETHER Express. Don't think we really had enough removal. The barge is like a 5/5. It's fine, we'll go and draw the card. Yeah, that was a hilarious game. Jerk. I think I'm going to... Yeah, see? 3/4, but that's 5/5. And I reckon our opponent probably will... You know what? Let's crew it anyway, and let's see what happens. Let's crew it with... Probably the Inventor. I don't think I'm going to attack with it. It feels so awkward that I dropped my camera. It's bound to happen. You know, it doesn't matter, because if I begin combat, if I attack with the garrison, then my opponent can just activate the barge anyway. Yield. I mean, I'm terrible, but I'm not that terrible a player. I'm wearing boxers, alright? I'm wearing boxers, at least I'm wearing a t-shirt. Guess this could be called Pantsless Cheshire. Pacification array. Alright, sure. You want to pacify me? You want to pacify me? It looks like you'll be able to. That's going to be real awkward. But it'll be fine. It'll be fine. Everything will be fine. Really? You mean you didn't actually see the fact that I'm just wearing boxers and a t-shirt? For those not in Australia, Australia is hot. It's quite warm. Unless you're sitting in front of a fan, which I don't want to do because the sound will come across. Okay, Scrapper Champion. Double strike. When Scrapper Champion comes to the battlefield, you get 2 energy. Whenever the champion attacks, you can pay 2 energy. If you do, put a +1/+1 on it. Sure, why not? Our opponent just tapped out for that, so that's good, I guess? Yeah, you can have your energy, that's fine. No attacks, huh? Yeah. I wouldn't either. Whoop! Ha! Well, I'm not going to now, am I? I think at this point is when I cast the AETHER Express. 2, 3, 4, and number 5. And then we're just going to yield. which just means that our opponent's going to be forced to maybe try and keep up the pacifying array. Because that's what it should be called, pacifying array, not pacification array. That is a terrible name for a magic card, and you should be really sad about your life choices with that one. Or, you know, I could just call it Drabor's Icy Manipulator. For those people who aren't maybe down in the chat, Drabor I've known for the last 20 odd years, and one of his favourite cards ever was Icy Manipulator. Thopters, huh? When Thopter arrests, enters the battlefield, exile target artifact or creature an opponent controls. Sure, that's fine. Adara Express, that's fine. That's fine. There's something I can do about that. Oh, that was my favourite. Now I'm going to have to draw into another one. Don't think we have anything to bounce or get rid of enchantments either. So at the moment we're just basically playing the tap-untap game. So I think you're a 3-3, you're a 5-2. 1, 2, 3, and 4. We'll play our own Terror of the Fairgrounds. We're just going to go wide, basically, and take on our opponent that way. I think that that's probably going to be the best way to do it. Attacks another target, artifact or creature you control. I don't really need to do that yet, so let's just yield. I probably should just be playing the Flyer, but we'll get there. That's fine. Oh! Hungry Flames deals 3 damage to target creature and 2 damage to target player. Hungry Flames. The flames, they are hungry. Yeah, Dre was always tapping things. Renegade? Sure. Just a 2-2. When it ends the battlefield, blah blah blah, color server, no. Good, excellent, don't care, don't need to care, that's great. Just interesting, our opponent hasn't been using their Bazaar at all. Okay, so here we're going to start doing the Drake thing. I feel like I want to attack, but until I get a way to combat trick out that Bazaar, there's not really much point. Our opponent's going to be able to take out our stuff. So, I mean, if we get a shock to take out this guy, we're good. What do you, crew 3? So you'll still be able to crew it. But, excuse me, okay, here we go. Looks like our opponent's finally getting sick of just sitting around, so that's fine. What a surprise, Drabel, that your trashy new deck is a trashy Wizards deck. I'm taking it it's a Commander deck, or is it just a funsies, like, everything deck? Because I hear that Wizards in Commander are pretty good if you go with, Teferi, I think it is. Mage of Zelifer. Somebody might be able to correct me on that one. It's Teferi, I think. Get on Teferi's puzzle boxes. Just a fun deck? Yeah. Makes sense. I hope that you've been tuning in to Commander the Gathering the last Saturday of every month at 1 PM Australian Daylight Savings Time over on twitch.tv/DyoshiTV. Yep. Because that's a thing. So our opponent obviously has some sort of combat trick here. Making his runner a 3-3. I think I'm just going to put my Hexproof dude in front, to be honest. And we'll see what happens. Worst things worst, we pull out some sort of combat trick. Opponent has 2 cards in their hand, so it's either going to go really well in our favour or not well enough. Yeah, that's well enough. Got about double strike. That's fine. At least we killed it. So yeah, that's the thing. Reservoir Walker, I think, is going to be a good play here. Just basically so we can gain the extra energy. Always healed. Go, my pretty flying drake, fly! Attack the opponent. Ah, get burned by the opponent. At the moment, I'm working on some new Command of the Gathering decks, because we have Command of the Gathering, obviously, at the end of this month. One of them is a Panharmonicon deck, so it basically just copies permanents triggering, entering the battlefield, so that's going to be interesting. A lot of, hey, my Reflector Mage and stuff come in and just bounce your stuff. I don't know if it'll work, to be honest, but hopefully get the chance to try it out before the end of the month. If I can go to a Planeswalkers for Diversity, which is out at Games Lab. But this month we're in at Next Level Games Mooney Ponds. And that's going to be really fun, playing with Isaac Caffarella. You're going to tap it down. Do I need to... Yeah, let's crew the garrison. Because if you're going to tap it, why not? There we go. My mouse was too fast. Tap it to your heart's content. Tappa tappa. This feels like the longest game of Magic I've ever played. And yet, even with all my explaining, I'm not taking as long as the opponent, which is fine. Come on. Do it. Do it. Yes. No doubt my opponent's about to pump all of his creatures, so that I lose both of my creatures. But the funny thing here is that... Oh, maybe not. I was going to say, I just let the opponent straight through, because I don't need to block them. I've got enough life to just soak that up and just smash my opponent back. Foundry Assembler. Improvise first. One improvise. Sounds like a good number. 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, my Drake died to something I didn't remember. Oh, that's right, he burnt it out, didn't he? I miss my Drake. Okay, so... Still that big 5/5. I think here we're just going to yield. So how interesting that card stays green, even though... Just for it to basically remind you, like, hey, you improvised this. See if my opponent's gonna attack me this time. No. Create 2 1/1 color servo artifact creatures. I could probably make my opponent trap out some land, but that's not going to matter. So we'll just let it through. There's no point in not letting it through. We can shock stuff now. So I think we're just going to go all out. Yeah, we should probably have made the garrison into a creature. Yeah, we should have. That's fine though. Attack, attack, attack. Attack with a servo? Do we want to keep the servo back? We'll keep the servo back. See what our opponent does here. We just basically want to start getting damage through. Once they decide how they want to block. Yeah, the Panharmonicon deck should be fun for the person playing it, which is probably going to be Brad, because I build both Brad and my decks. So, but he's a real big fan of anything with blue, basically. No, we've got nothing to cast there. See exactly what our opponent's gonna do. How are you gonna block this, sir? Sir or ma'am? Jack. I'm guessing, sir. Oh, I see. You're gonna take out my weakest little creature, huh? Sure. Okay. So for here, I want to blow that barge out of the water. I think we can do that. Let's see what happens. We'll shoot it. Our opponent has one card in hand, so I can't imagine that anything that they've got is going to be great. I could be wrong. Oh! It's going to be something to counter. Snap. I feel real good about that. Alright, now we're in a much better position. I'm good with this. I'm happy with this. And if our opponent swings for 5, we'll just let him swing for 5. We've got nothing here to do during our opponent's turn, so we're just going to yield. And I'm going to, yep, take that damage. That's fine. Play an island. Here's where it's going to get tricky. So, begin combat? No? Okay. I would have just assumed that my opponent would be attempting to tap down something straight away. That not being the case is fine. I probably actually should have just activated the garrison, but I have a feeling that if I did that, that would have given my opponent priority to be able to tap it down. An enforcer, 3-2. Sure, you can have your 3-2, that's no problem at all. And we're just going to yield, because we're fine with taking another 5 damage. Radar Express? Sure. Now I can try it here, but I have a feeling that I will be correct that if I try and crew, that my opponent then gets priority to tap down the garrison, or whatever it is that I crew, which would leave me extremely vulnerable. Definitely sounds correct. You know what? Let's do it. Hopefully our opponent doesn't tick onto it. They've ticked onto it. I knew it was going to happen too. Yeah, sure. Nothing I can do about that. Exactly how we thought it would go. Okay, and this time I'm going to put the servo in front to stop me taking too much damage. And then yield. Trophy Mage, hello. Want to use this ability? Yes, we do. Implement. Play the implement. 1, 2, 3. And then we're going to sack it. Always yield. Get to draw 2 cards. Always yield. We'll play the other island. Not that it really matters, but at least now we've got one of the things that we wanted. We're just going to yield from here. We're fine with that. Probably should turn off the auto yield just in case. Because imagining we're on 8, opponent will probably try and tap down the Foundry Assembler at the end of my turn. I would imagine. That would be sounding like the right thing for my opponent to do. Yep. Which is fine because can't improvise something and then have it become a creature, because then it'll just go back to being a vehicle. Well, we still have the crew too, so Trophy Mage can still crop a Garrison. Garrison can block the Enforcer and they take 5, or something like that. Yep, okay. Can attack with both. So at this point, I could just throw the Trophy Mage directly in front of the Terror, or going to activate the Garrison and see what happens here. Tap it down, sure. So we'll see if my opponent has something to actually outright kill me. Yeah. 5, 6, 7? Was I on? I thought it was an 8. Ah, either way. Alright. Game 2. What else can we put in? Maybe a Ballista Charger? Not really. I feel like we need more creatures, to be honest. I think if we take out one of the Express, just wish we had more stuff to do awesome things with. I think that went on long enough that I will put the Consulate Turret in, because that actually could potentially have maybe won me the game. I don't think so though, but that's fine. That's why this is Cheshire drafting badly. Drafting bad? Drafting bad. I like that. Let's go with that. Cheshire drafting bad. MTGO. Once my opponent figures out their deck submission. Eventually. So what else have we got in here that could be used? I mean, Dark Intimation's probably, actually, to be honest, we should be putting it in, but then we don't have anything else for splashing black for, and we don't have any mana fixing, which is a problem. We could put in another Terror of the Fairgrounds to help out our Aradar Express and our other vehicles. We don't really play enough vehicles in here anyway. We're only running 11 creatures at the moment. Probably Take Into Custody could have been good there as well. Puzzle Knots, yeah, maybe. Giant Spectacle, maybe we could chuck one of those in. Give something menace, which could be great. Too late. Too late. Would I like to play first? Yeah, sure, why not? We've got a whole bunch of mountains. But we do have the Consulate Turret. Yeah, you know what? Actually, that looks really good. Mainly because we got our Embral Gear Smasher, which sounds like a really fantastic card to have straight up. Implement of Combustion, yes. Yield! See you later, Dre. Well, thanks for coming over and chatting and stuff and hanging out in the chat. It has been unreal. And you should do it more often. Look at that. Heart of the cards. Heart of the cards. Except we've got nothing else we can cast here. I don't want to pop the implement, so we're just going to yield. Mainly because we were about to start being able to throw artifacts at our opponent's head. Yield until you end a turn. Fantastic. Mountain. Gear Smasher. Yield. See if our opponent has something to burn the Gear Smasher. So our opponent has the servos out, they've got 3 lands down. Get to my turn already. No, not the Thopter arrest already. Damn it. Disappointing. We can Innovator here. We can Consulate Turret here. I think we want an Innovator. Stop innovating. Really? Drawing a land? Again, I don't feel like this deck really has enough action, but that's why it's drafting bad, because it's drafting bad. Heard of the Fair, huh? No, we're gonna let the server come through, we don't care. Ooh, okay. So here we can go Merchant's Deckhand. We can go and Implement, which I should have spent the blue on, and I think we'll also Turret. We're not going to attack. Because if our opponent attacks with the Herald of the Fair, we're definitely going to block that because it's a 3-2. Attacks with the servo, I can block it on the dockhand. I don't care about potentially losing the dockhand. I can deal some damage and draw some cards with these little dudes down here. Yeah, that wasn't unexpected. Pop you in front, pop you in front. Our opponent's got to be expecting this. There's got to be some sort of trick to that. Or maybe our opponent just playing the odds again. Yep. Revolt. Sure. Give yourself some more 1/1s. Revolt seems real strong. I'm a real fan of it. Okay, so let's pop one of these guys at our opponent. Draw a card. Always healed. Always healed. More lands. More lands. We're going to tap that just for an energy. Pop another one. Pop another one. No, we don't really. Yeah, let's do it. Stuff it. Alright, cool. I think we'll just yield. Flying 2/2? Yeah, sure. I got a couple of shocks in here that'll take care of that once I draw them. Attacking me with the 2/2, I'm just gonna let that through. Mobile Garrison? One, two, three. Tap the dirt. And then just yield up. Oh, 10 of 40 yield. 10 of 40 yields. Whew. That was almost stupid. Terror of the Fairground. See if our opponent decides to burn it out. Which I certainly would. Gonna enchant him, yeah? Okay, that's fine. So I'm gonna activate the garrison. And I'm gonna use the terror to do that. Give me the flyer? Sure. That's no worries at all. Bromat. Good old barge. Let's play this one. See if we can draw some more cards. Can't attack a block, but it can still cruise. That's fine. Draw some cards. Draw some cards. Always good. Foundry Assembler. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That looks fairly good. I think here we use the Foundry Assembler, activate the garrison, tackle the garrison. Use the garrison to untap the assembler. And that is how the garrison's supposed to be used. Now we'll just watch as our opponent activates the bazaar and then kills the garrison because I didn't figure that. Which is fine, or our opponent won't. Thinking that I'm all tapped out, and why didn't you do that? Here comes that stupid, more expensive sort of ice manipulator. Can't attack a block, but it can still crew vehicles? Okay. Gonna attack me with your flyer again? I mean, your flyer's going pretty far, so that's fine, but I find that interesting. More islands, because you know that's something that you want. I'm gonna zap my opponent for 2, just because I can, because whatever. I'm not gonna attack here. I'm gonna wait and see what my opponent maybe does. I should have activated the garrison, but
Run away.
Okay, sure, you can do that. Either way. Opponent's gonna crop the fatty. Take me for 7. I assume. Okay, well if you're gonna do that, then I'm gonna tap 2, 3, 4, and you affects untapped artifact creatures. I'm just gonna link 1. It's gonna be 1 artifacts. Yeah. Oh, it's up there. Okay. Yeah. Cool. Okay, sure. Yeah, I'm fine with that. Probably will hit us for 6. Because we're going to burn that birdie. You get to exile my terror, which is fine. I'm going to burn your birdie good. Just let all that damage through. Okay, so let's with an island, and then a reverse engineer tapping probably the turret, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, great. That's not exactly what we wanted. 1, 2. We've got shock, which is fine. Trophy mage. 1, 2, 3. Do we want to use this ability? Yes, we do. What are you going to get me? Absolutely nothing left to get at 3. That's a bit disappointing, but we're fine with it otherwise. I think here we're just going to yield. We could attack. How much do you cost? Crew 3. Can attack with both. Let's attack our opponent for 4, shall we? I'm gonna shock this guy out of existence now, just while I can. Oh, I'm at 3 life. I'm probably gonna die. You know what? I'm fine with that. I really am. Running out of time on the clock. We've taken now much more time than our opponent. About 2 minutes. So we're crew 2, so that's fine. Except for when our opponent decides to tap it down with the Ice Manipulator. I've got a feeling our opponent is just going to sling a creature here just so that he can get his Bromat working. You're gonna tap the Reckless Fireweaver? Well, in that case, sure, that's fine. Shock. Shock. Alright. Well, I think that's pretty much it for this version. Problem is, when I exit out of this, it's probably going to show my streaming setup, which is going to be terrible. So I do apologize. But thanks for hanging out with me. It's been fun. I'm definitely going to be drafting badly in the future. Am I ever going to get good at drafting, or am I just going to keep drafting badly? I feel this is a good segment just to draft crap and try and make something weird out of it. Again, keep an eye on my Twitter, keep an eye on my Twitch, follow me at Cheshire Plays Games everywhere, and keep cracking packs while I tab around to try and figure out where I should be. Look at that horrible screen. I'm so sorry. Thanks for joining me.